Louisiana Beer Reviews. Classic City Lager. Good cold beer. A clean, crisp, easy drinking lager made from the choicest malted barley and hops. This was sent to me by Douglas. Is that the right preposition? Sent by Douglas in Virginia. And this is 4.2% alcohol. And they don't say too much about it on the website, just like it's really good. It's a tall stovepipe can. Classic City Lager, independent craft brewer designation. This is a company called... Okay, now this is interesting. Brewed and bottled by by Creature Comforts Brewing Company of Athens, Georgia, home of the University of Georgia Bulldogs, and under special agreement, Los Angeles, California. Oh, well, now that opens up some possibilities. On okay, so we in good. We have a great date on this. Great date. So thank you, Douglas. Well, Los Angeles, that could be the City Brewery in Irwindale, former Miller Brewing. So they could have a contract with City Brewing, and I do believe Anheuser-Busch has a Los Angeles brewery, so it could be made by Anheuser-Busch, but doesn't specify. So 4.2, that's the same ABV as Bud Light and Miller Lite and Michelob Ultra. So, and Dos Equis Lager Especial. Those typically use either rice, Bud Light, for instance, or corn. Actually, corn syrup, what they call brewer's syrup, special kind of wholesale syrup you can buy if you're a big-time brewer. But this apparently, and I could really figure it out, but apparently it's just all malt light beer. Water, barley malt, hops, and yeast. I was going to say Michelob Light, but they use adjunct to Michelob. I think they use yellow corn grits. Maybe and rice. I don't deal with that beer too much because it's hard for me to get. I can get it. And it's not really that light anyway, but it is technically a light beer. Alright, so let's see if this is a good cold beer. Well, I know one thing, it's got a lot of haziness to it. There's a thick white head. And there is haziness from very fine particulate matter sediment. So it's golden, or if the light's shining through it, straw, like hay in a barn, straw. All right, so I have to tell you, I've never had a Creature Comforts beer, and until he sent this, I really never heard of them. Now, Beverage Ramble did a video for this. John and LA, Georgia Beer Reviews, currently coming to you from Massachusetts. But they have one thing in common. They are both, well, they have more than one thing in common. They're both next to the Atlantic Ocean, and Georgia and Massachusetts were both two of the original 13 American states, the former colonies that became the first states, U.S. of A. Okay, so, yeah. And they both speak English. All right. And Massachusetts used to have a territory not connected to them called Maine, which became its own state later on, 1820. Georgia never had an overseas territory, you know, like a place you had to go through to get to it. No. But anyway, it's crackery, biscuity barley malt, like you would get with a you would get that with a I'm trying to say like a Euro lager, maybe a Paulaner lager, Munich lager, or a Spaten. But see, those are not, they're higher than 4.2, but that's the kind of cracker biscuit note you get. Now, when you get the American lagers like the Miller Lite, a fine Pilsner beer, yeah, sure. Dos Equis Lager Especial, Modelo Especial, Bud Light, Schaefer Light, Old Milwaukee Light, Coors Light. They don't have the same, you don't get that biscuity flavor. You just get like a generalized grain, cereal grain flavor. And it's coming from the adjunct, so it's more like a flat flavor. Or if you want to say bland or dull flavor, I wouldn't argue with that. All right, let's go with the taste. Cheers. Biscuity, sweet biscuit. I'm not going to say a sourdough biscuit, but, you know, just like a sweet biscuit. But those are made with wheat, right? But this is made with barley. Okay, hop notes. Well, there's a little bitterness here, but it's not much. So I'm comparing it to all these other American 4.2s. It's about the same on that, on the bitterness level. Say 1 out of 5 hop cones. Milwaukee's Best Light coming in at 2 out of 5, which sets it apart. Sweetness. It's not particularly sweet. There is a sweetness part of it, but to say that it's a sweet product, I think that would be wrong. It's just it is like the regular American counterparts. It's just like mostly dry, so maybe it's 2 out of 5 sugar cubes on sweetness, but that's probably pushing the envelope a little bit. It's probably not really that sweet. Medium body, not really light bodied. The finish is mostly dry, pretty dry, not Bud Light dry, the world's driest beer. Yeah, the part is important. It is very nice. However, I don't know if the things that set it apart justify. Maybe this is the same price. I don't know the price. This might sell for the same price as Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light, Old Milwaukee Light, Schaefer Light, like I said, Keystone Light, Natural Light, Yingling Light, Yingling Premium Light, which we can't get here. You get the regular premium. Milwaukee's Best Light, all of those. Yeah. So the question is, does the somewhat differentiated flavor and body and, you know, finish and everything, does that justify, which I'm thinking is a higher price? I can't see that this would be for the same price as those. Could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I mean, I guess if I would buy it to do a video review. I mean, I would buy it, say, oh, look, I did a review of it. But Douglas sent it to me, so thank you, Douglas. But to buy it as a standby to compete with Milwaukee's Best Light, no, I'm going to buy the 30-pack for $19.99. If I could get this for $19.99 a 30-pack, I would buy it. I mean, assuming it was, obviously 12-ounce cans, I would buy it, but I just don't think the all malt approach is differentiating it that much. It differentiates it a little bit. Is it better than those? Yes, I think it's a little bit better. A little bit better. I'm seeing now it does have the IBUs up to the Milwaukee's Best Light. I think it does have the IBUs. Yes, that would be 2 out of 4 hop cones. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this one is using malted barley, probably a lot of 6-row, which is an inexpensive type of barley, not the 2-row, the more expensive. You get that with the Michelob Light, but they use brewer's syrup in this, corn syrup, a type of corn syrup. But like I say, you can't just buy that at the local supermarket. But this one will evidence a hop bitterness that is definitely, now I was going to say maybe, but definitely different than your average American light beers, which to me makes it better. I like that. Gives it more character, but some people will say, it's nasty, it's nasty, I don't like it. I say you tried it once in 1987, It's not nasty, it's none of those things, but I'll save the rest till later. Can't be drinking too much. But the aroma's ideal. Ultimately, if you put this into competition with that, which I would not do, I would not put a very limited availability craft light lager against a mass-produced lager. I wouldn't do that in a competition. I mean, you could do it, but I wouldn't do it because ultimately it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But if I did do it, I would think that you might you would hopefully be able to tell them apart, but man, I don't know. It might be a little bit more trouble than you might believe if it's that one. Now, the other ones, I think you would nail it. Psh, get out of here. That's Bud Light. That's Coors Light. That's Miller Light. That's Pabst Blue Ribbon Light, or Pabst Easy, as they call it now. The old Schlitz Light, which they should have kept making that. But this Milwaukee's Best Light, I think that would be a true competition. It would be. Of course, that's theory, not fact. I haven't done the competition, but yeah, Classic City. Oh, I was just thinking of that one from Anheuser-Busch, which apparently you can only get in like Pennsylvania, maybe Maryland. That was sent to me. I think it was Wayne's who sent it. That's a really good one. Oh, it's called Lucky Streak. Now, they don't even acknowledge this on any of their websites. There's no Lucky Streak website, and if you look and tap into your beer, they don't mention it. So they don't even want to talk about it. This is one of those Anheuser-Busch beers that exists. I'm holding it in my hand. It says Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, established 1852, but you get online, you're not gonna, but Those labels look kind of the same. Red, main name part, gold, blue. Oh, Los Angeles. That could give it a run for the money, for its money, because this one is really good. But 4.2. What do you know? It says tapintoyourbeer.com, but they don't have it on the website. It's not listed. So yeah, score. I mean, the score is good. I mean, these light beers, I used to have like a real anxiety problem with them, and like an anger management issue with them, which was largely based on not understanding light beer, the style. But in other words, it was my problem, not their problem. But I think it deserves an A. You know, I always say they use almost invariably to be like 91, 92, 93, 92, 91, 93, 90 at the worst case scenario. You know, get some outliers that are in the 80s that are like got a lot of deficits. But I think this one is right in the mix. It's probably about a 93. It's a most excellent product, but would it actually defeat a Milwaukee's Best Light in a taste challenge? I don't know. I probably will never know. But yeah, I'm glad I got to try it. I like it. But then we have the price consideration that we have to look at as far as everyday drinking. I mean, I buy these 30 packs a couple of times a month. Yeah, it's probably like once a month because I'm doing so many craft beer videos and all, you know. It's probably once a month, and the 30 pack will last, and it'll drag out into the next month. But it could be an issue, you know. But yeah, anyway, 9.3 out of 10. Thank you. I like it. I think you get some of these light beers from these. You hate to use the word off-brand because that's so wrong, but oh, they're so bad. Like what's the one, Kirkland's Special, oh, or the Beer 30 Light, oh, from Melanie Brewing. Oh, every sip would hurt. It would hurt. Pain, the pain, the pain. And you didn't want to try the ice, which was a full-bodied, extra-bodied. Oh, the torment, the horror. But this is a beautiful product. So yeah, 9.3 out of 10. Glad I got to try it. It's a complex argument with it, though. It's hard to break it all down. But yeah, really nice. Definitely. If you see it, would I pay $2.98 for it? I would pay $2.99 to try it for this stovepipe. I would definitely not ever pay that price regularly, okay? And so that's the whole taste challenge part. Could it really compete? No, never mind. There's no way. There's no way it's going to be that much better than this for everyday. No. It can't. I'm not going to do it. It'll never win. It'll never win. It's not fair. All right. So thank you for watching. You take care, and go to Athens, Georgia, and take a brewery tour.